Hello, and welcome to Not Boring Bible Reading. If I were to hazard a guess, I'd say Matthew 2 is probably one of the most familiar chapters of the Bible, aside from Genesis 1. Most people have heard of this event or season that comes around once a year called Christmas. Familiarity breeds contempt. We know the Christmas story. What else is there to know? The most interesting part for me is actually the very last word in this chapter, Nazarene. There is more to this word than many people know. Not only did Jesus Christ come into this world as a weak and helpless baby, he also came from one of the most insignificant towns around. Nazareth wasn't even a town, it was a village of less than 500 people. The Jewish leaders at the time expected a powerful ruler to come and save them from the Roman oppression. Jesus' beginnings and God's intentions couldn't have been further from that expectation. Jesus led by serving. He conquered by dying. Another part of the word Nazarene has to do with the original Hebrew word. Many Christians are familiar with the imagery of trees, branches, vines, grafting, and all that horticulture type stuff. The Hebrew word for Nazarene is actually very similar to the word for sprout or branch. I'm so amazed by God's creativity when it comes to giving words to prophets like Isaiah in chapter 11 verse 1. God planned since the beginning for Jesus to be the branch to graft us into God's kingdom. And with that, let's read the Not Boring Bible. Jesus was born in Bethlehem in Judea during the reign of King Herod. About that time, some wise men from eastern lands arrived in Jerusalem, asking, "Where's the newborn King of the Jews? We saw his star as it rose, and we have come to worship him." King Herod was deeply disturbed when he heard this, as was everyone in Jerusalem. He called a meeting of the leading priests and teachers of religious law and asked, "Where is the Messiah supposed to be born?" "In Bethlehem, in Judea," they said, "for this is what the prophet wrote. And you, O Bethlehem, in the land of Judah, are not least among the ruling cities of Judah, for a ruler will come from you, who will be the shepherd for my people Israel." Then Herod called for a private meeting with the wise men, and he learned from them the time when the star first appeared. Then he told them, "Go to Bethlehem and search carefully for the child, and when you find him, come back and tell me, so that I can go and worship him too." After this interview, the wise men went their way, and the star they had seen in the east guided them to Bethlehem. It went ahead of them and stopped over the place where the child was. When they saw the star, they were filled with joy. They entered the house and saw the child with his mother, Mary, and they bowed down and worshipped him. Then they opened their treasure chests and gave him gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh. When it was time to leave, they returned to their own country by another route, for God had warned them in a dream not to return to Herod. After the wise men were gone, an angel of the Lord appeared to Joseph in a dream. "Get up, flee to Egypt with the child and his mother," the angel said. "Stay there until I tell you to return, because Herod is going to search for the child to kill him." That night, Joseph left for Egypt with the child and Mary his mother, and they stayed there until Herod's death. This fulfilled what the Lord had spoken through the prophet. "I called my son out of Egypt." Herod was furious when he realized that the wise men had outwitted him. He sent soldiers to kill all the boys in and around Bethlehem who were 2 years old and under, based on the wise men's report of the star's first appearance. Herod's brutal action fulfilled what God had spoken through the prophet Jeremiah. A cry was heard in Ramah, weeping and great mourning. Rachel weeps for her children, refusing to be comforted, for they are dead. When Herod died, an angel of the Lord appeared in a dream to Joseph in Egypt. "Get up," the angel said. "Take the child and his mother back to the land of Israel, because those who were trying to kill the child are dead." So Joseph got up and returned to the land of Israel with Jesus and his mother. But when he learned that the new ruler of Judea was Herod's son Archelaus, he was afraid to go there. Then, after being warned in a dream, he left for the region of Galilee. So the family went and lived in a town called Nazareth. This fulfilled what the prophets had said. He will be called a Nazarene. I hope you enjoyed some not boring Bible reading. Let me know in the comments which parts of this passage you found the most interesting. And don't forget to like and subscribe.